The outcome is
Hey there, everybody! Seth here with the Super Boss Silber Mond Valkenhayn showcase and release video. This is something I feel like should have been done last month. Okay, we're not gonna do it this time around. Anyways, hi everyone! The old guy here is ready to go. And as much as I'm somewhat lamenting doing this video, depending on how long it takes, it has to be done. So I can call him done and good now. I'm sure a lot of you have seemingly been looking forward to him anyways, but now he's here. He will soon be in your hands. We're gonna go over what I changed about him from normal Valkenhayn and all that good stuff. As with the Izanami video, I've decided to do all of his less notable normal changes in like a bulk on-screen text form. But we'll get into that later. We gotta go over his general changes first, of course. Okay, this is already a mess. Let's just do this already. So, starting off with the basic parameter and system mechanic changes, he has 18,500 health, which is slightly more than the lowest health super bosses, as we take their base HP and add 8,000 to it. He also has a 25% damage bonus, which is up from his 10% that he gets in his unlimited form. Giving him a lot more killing power. His old Overdrive effects are active by default, although he does not gain Wolf Meter in the air, because, as we have quickly found, that really lets him air stall infinitely with ease if he just goes up in the air, goes out of Wolf 4, waits for it to regenerate, and then Wolf dashes back up in the sky again, so fuck that. He does, however, get his Wolf Meter gauge back as fast as he does in Overdrive, while he's on the ground. His combo rate has been boosted from 60 to 70 like it was back in Phantasma Extend, giving him less combo scaling all around. His Overdrive duration has, of course, been increased to the Super Boss standard of 13 seconds at full health and 22 seconds at minimum health.
I cannot remain silent. Pardon me.
Giving him a lot more Overdrive time to make use of that. He has his sped up, he has his unlimited idle animation that's been a little sped up, or jazz hands, as a beloved YouTuber I watch likes to call it. He also has a nifty purple after image, which makes him look a little cooler. The speeding up of the idle animation was the idea. So, credit for that. Why did the game stutter twice and then restart dissonance in the background? That's okay, a little weird, but not gonna question that at all. He has a triple jump, or rather 1, 2, 3, 4, or yeah, he has 3. 1, 2, 3, triple jump and a double air dash, which goes very far. You can basically double air dash across the screen, or you just go back and forward and hit you. And me too. Wolf form, on the other hand, has quadruple jump and triple air dash, so he gets one more air option while he's in wolf form. Additionally, Wolf jumps are slightly lower, like his Phantasma Extended Limited, which can let him do very disgusting, easy jump-in overhead strings. Yeah, that's triple JB off one jump right there. His super jump, however, is unchanged, so if you want height in his Wolf form, that is still available. His human form walk speed has been increased by 50%, and his wolf form walk speed has been doubled, making him considerably faster. His normal form now has a forward mini dash rather than his stupid little short hop. As you all know, I hate hop dashes. This is kind of more like Azrael or like Hazuma's. More like, yeah, Hazuma's the best comparison here. It's sort of like Azrael's in that it goes pretty far, but it's not a teleport. But yeah, it's more like Hazuma's that he like sort of slides across the ground. And this is similar to his unlimited form in Continuum Shift, which for some reason they didn't carry over to Phantasma. It's a Continuum Shift unlimited Valkenhayn exclusive thing. And this essentially lets him dash block and jump out of it, kind of like Akatsuki and other knights dash, if you think about that. So he can dash jump, or he can dash barrier block. It also goes a lot farther than his shitty little hop dash. So he's not super mobile, but he's a lot more mobile on the ground in human form than he was before. Additionally, his wolf form backdash is faster and goes a lot farther. Wow, basically jumps in full screen. Holy shit. Actually, does it jump in full screen? Yeah, pretty much. Good luck chasing that down. Air dash speed is greatly increased in both forms. Not really much to talk about there. Unlike his unlimited form, Valkenhayn will start the match with a full, undisabled wolf gauge to be used as normal at your leisure. He does not need to wait about 20 seconds for it to refill on its own. He can just freely go ham in wolf form whenever he wants. In the off chance that the wolf gauge is emptied, it recharges very, very fast, even faster than his unlimited form does. It will, however, still require, it still doesn't recover in the air, lest he be able to easily timer scam. Next up is Crush Trigger. Do we have a meter? We don't have a meter. For Crush Trigger, it is full charge by default, hits overhead, and gains low and throw invincibility once it's released. So he can, like, jump over lows and throws. Counter Assault! Oh boy, this is one of the more devious ones I've done. Probably less so than Jubei or Hakumen, but, Counter Assault... now deals damage and puts the opponent into a very long grounded stagger state. This does in fact mean that he can kill / combo you off of Counter Assault now. Human Thorn throws all have their base damage raised to 2000 and the pre-2 value is raised from 50 to 90. Makes the scale a lot better. God, I can't combo these, apparently I suck. There we go. Close enough. Air Throw now has a special variant that can only be used if you chain into it from an air roll. This version is a combo air grab that acts as a Melty Blood S combo ender for Valkenhayn. You know I love those so much. It has no minimum damage, it can only be followed up by his air super, or Nature Distortions. Like so. It does give Valkenhayn a very long knockdown to work with too, so in the case you don't super cancel into it, you get time to approach and then set him up mix-up of some kind. Wolf Grab is now an untakeable command grab instead of a regular throw and has 50% more range. Curious how far. Okay, that's nasty. The ground version has the range of the air version, plus the boost, because actually the air wolf grab has considerably more range than the ground version. Now they're the same, and then you tack 50% on top of that, so it's even longer. The Paration 2 has been raised from 60 to 70, making it better, scaling better in combos, and is now super / special cancelable, because despite Dust Lip saying it is, I couldn't for the life of me get it to happen, so, now you can definitely, for sure, special cancel it now. Oh, damn it. Checked out of it. That was actually looking pretty good. Alright, and that brings us to those bulk normal changes I talked about that would take a long time to go through, just individually bit by bit. So I'm gonna flash a bunch of on-screen text. You can pause and read that at your leisure, and that'll generally go over the more, like, less interesting changes I did to his normals, like slightly more attack level or whatever. I will say you can whiff cancel his B normals now, kind of like you can A normals, although you can only do it twice. And then I will talk about the much more, like, interesting normal changes individually like I normally would. Starting with an example that an interesting and unique idea I had for Valkenhayn was making certain moves on counter hit do significantly different things on counter hit than, like, normal moves otherwise would. So we'll go over those real quick. His special counter hit moves are 6A, 6C, and the newly brought back 4C, which is the old 6C from previous games for Central Fiction, the drop kick, before it got replaced by his old 6B. We'll go over that move as a whole later on as well. But for our special counter hit properties, 6A on counter hit. Normally just get the D-strike. Combo off that now because I may have launched as high as it doesn't counter hit. But on counter hit, Valkenhayn will, this not only fatal counters, but it will have Valkenhayn follow up with a meterless Crush Trigger kick that spikes the opponent down on the ground for easy follow-ups. This follow-up Crush Trigger kick off of counter hit 6A has 120 bonus paration, making it scale excellently after the starting hit, and overall just giving you a great paration boost for the follow-up combo afterwards. Our next counter hit starter is 6C, which on counter hit, normally you have the elbow strike into the backhand that pulls them back a bit. On counter hit, Valkenhayn will grab them with a special version of his forward throw, and after chucking them in front of him, they will be left in a grounded spin state for extremely easy follow-ups. Oh, hell yeah. Ah, damn, Osby's late reset a bit. Sorry for the impromptu wolf combo there, I got too into it. But yes, counter hit 60 will throw them directly in front of Valkenhayn for easy-ass follow-ups. Our last normal counter hit starter, I think I forgot to mention that Knocked Rosen is another one. We'll get into that when we talk about that special as a whole. Our last counter hit normal change is for 4C. This is, as I mentioned, his old 6C drop kicks from previous games. It's been brought back as 4C. I considered making this, just replacing that and like making it, I considered just making it 6C again and putting old 6B back on 6B and then making his overhead chomp like 4B or something, but I figure that's very confusing. That'd fuck with the muscle memory of a lot of Valkenhayn players now, so I just opted to, unfortunately, copy Baroque and make this 4C. 4C now has frame 1 low and throw invincibility, making it good for beating mashing lows and throws. It now also has slightly faster startup, so it can combo from 5C. The combo from the corner, especially off of that. It can now be canceled into from anything that can change into 6C, so B normals, all that good stuff. Additionally, this move has gotten a significant proration buff, and that's P1 has been raised to 110, making it an upscaled combo starter, and the P2 penalty has been removed, making it even better combo filler as well. Easy, nearly 8k in the corner. Now on counter hit, the Paration 1 boost is changed from 110 to 120. It fatal counters like it normally does, and the base damage becomes doubled, making it do 300 on hit, and it wall bounces mid-screen for an easy follow-up combo. Shit, I dropped that. And with this, you can get a very easy round start 18k TOD. That does indeed build enough meter, I believe, too, to be done from round start. So, yeah. Beware if you mash on Valkenhayn round start and he happens to hit you with the drop kick of legend. The last of normal changes that I can think of, which actually segues us into talking about his drive in detail, like I intended to, is that all of his air normals in both forms can cancel into JD, allowing him to change between forms with either of his aerials for seamless wolf to human, human to wolf combo transitions, which, if you have the creativity and skill to pull off, probably look fucking amazing. Which, unfortunately, I have neither of those things, so I cannot show you in great detail. But, as stated, that set that perfectly sets up to talk about his drives. 5D, 2D, and JD wolf transformations are now twice as fast, and do not leave Valkenhayn in counter hit state. All of his warp normals, besides his drive dashes, can also now cancel into JD or 2D or 5D for more of that seamless transformation back and forth combo potential that can look probably extremely amazing, like I said, if you have the skill and creativity to pull it off. Which I don't. So I'll have to settle with the hypothetical there, and hopefully some of you go crazy with that. 4D gains frame 1 invincibility, it lasts longer, and the move itself is twice as fast. Making wolf backdash disgusting. Wolf command dashes are even faster than default overdrive in startup and in travel speed, and have their added hitbox from his unlimited form that can then chain into wolf aerials on hit. Like so. Untechable time on the unlimited form hitbox has been increased by 50%, giving you more time to react and convert off of it. You can actually hold D to have the added hit on dashes not come out, like so. There's the hit and there's the held version. The D hit feint idea, I give credit to that for the idea for the D-hit feint is given to Hazzy Dahaka for the suggestion to have that, because he complained about potentially fucking up your combos if you just want to do Wolf Dash into, like, JA or something. They also now have full invincibility. Wolf Dash is now also have full invincibility on startup until Valkenhayn actually begins to move during the dash, too, which can lead to very cheesy scenarios. And, Wolf 4D specifically is twice as fast as well. Russ and Wolf dashes travel much faster and have frame 1 projectile invincibility until the dash ends, so during that entire period of time right there, Valkenhayn's projectile invincible. Like so. Yet another way to cheese through Tempest Dahlia. After its full invincibility wears off, the projectile invincibility will persist, and this is not shared with the Geschwin Wolf or the Transform dashes. Rather. And I believe that covers all of his Wolf Dash changes. Yes, it does. Okay, perfect. Which gets us on to his special moves now, and we can start with the best special first. That, of course, being Nachtjäger! 236A Nachtjäger is now an absolute war crime of a special. It travels further and faster, reaching basically full screen, almost. Is attack level 5 from 3, hits up to 5 times from 3 in unlimited form, doing 3k raw, and gains full armor that negates even throws and unblockables once it begins charging forward until recovery. Oh, didn't move fast enough. It's not armor until after he starts moving, so you gotta be a little quick with that. But, yeah, full armor, beats throws, beats unblockables. If you watch the previous Valkenhayn videos, you've seen it can even cheese through Hawkman's Winter's Repose counter. The recovery is also reduced by CeoStriker, making it very advantageous on block and on hit as well. That was a little pointless. Should have been the other super. Let's see. Anything else on Nachtjäger? Block's been increased by a bit, making it even more advantageous. Yeah, making it slightly advantageous on block now. Just like his unlimited form, you can follow this up with 2B for Schwarzjagd, or 6B for Weissjagd. New to the super boss, however, you can actually do Schwarz into Ice, just like you can do normally, which you couldn't do before. Apparently, this wasn't a change I did, but apparently the 6B alt was an overhead. I never actually knew that, but yeah, that's an overhead, so low overhead, or just overhead. Speaking of Schwarzjagd and Weissjagd, those are next on the list. 236B and 236B. Both travel much further, and are attack level 4 from 3. Attack level 4 from 3. And both can cancel into Sternwolf or 632146D on Connect. Specific changes to both, on the other hand, are that Schwarzjagd has a hard knockdown and frame 1 foot invincibility until recovery, letting it stuff other low attacks. Ooh, that's fancy. Damn, I lost it. I shouldn't have done another relaunch, that was kind of lame. Weissjagd will wall stick in the corner and has double the air attackable time. I see, okay, I can. Wall stick in the corner and has twice the double the air attackable time, so the ground slide on it can actually take effect. It now also hits overhead, just like the 236A follow-up version, because why the fuck not? Let's see, next up, Noct Rosen, our final special counter hit starter we can talk about, but first off for what it does normally. Noct Rosen travels much farther. Is attack level 5 from 4, fatal counters and is jump cancelable on hit or block, just like it's unlimited. Air and technical time is improved at 50%, and on counter hit, this deals triple base damage for a 4K fatal counter starter, massively increased hit stop and air and technical time, and a higher launch. Think of this like Slayer's Big Bang Upper from Accent Core. That's exactly what I ripped off from when making this. Shit. This is his second best starter, I'd say. Damn it, he fucked it up. That was another easy 18K combo there. And now for a new special in the form of 214B, which I have dubbed, oh god, German pronunciation. I had to keep the naming scheme of the rest of this move list, so I gotta hope I don't butcher this. Hake is a new special which has Valkenhayn do a slightly faster invincible 5C and then follow up with an astral flip kick.
Stand aside.
This attack is frame 1 invincible, making it a meterless DP, and is definitely not a ripoff of EX Slayer's crosswise heal special from Guilty Gear. Although, unlike Slayer, it is purely a DP, so you can't combo off of it. I think on counter hit maybe you can. Never mind, no you can't. No, it's purely a DP. But I couldn't help myself with the Slayer reference. For the last human form special, we have Monleashed, or Monlick. He pronounces it differently in between Continuum Shift and Crimson Chasm, so I don't really fucking know. Monlick sends the victim more horizontally with a wall bounce mid-screen. I can't TK this, apparently. I'm bad at it. Sends them more horizontally than vertically with a wall bounce mid-screen and a longer wall stick in the corner, which lets you do cool stuff like this. It now also enters normal fall state on recovery, letting him act out of it. Whether he wants to jump. Okay, apparently I missed it. Yeah, there we go. Whether he wants to jump or air dash out of it, he can do that. Duration 2 is raised to 95, making it scale better in combos. Air and technical time raised by 50%, and is now jump cancelable on hit or on block. That's all for his human form specials, which means now we get to go into the very limited amount of wolf specials, or by that I mean all 97,000 versions of his wolf cannon. Wolf 236X and J214X specials are all slightly faster, attackable 4 from 3, and have the duration 1 buff from 80 to 85. All versions have 75 frames of air and technical time, and the air versions have a slightly longer knockdown to make following them up easier. And the reason that all of them have 75 frames of air and technical time is that some versions have more air and tech time than others, so I just made that universal across the board and then boosted it so they all now have 75. Simple as that. C and J214C, however, specifically, the straight up and down ones, because they're awkward, have 120 bonus duration and 100 P2 because they're whack. I mean, look at that right there. Well, if you want to combo into that, there you go. Although that doesn't. Oh, actually, I think you wait a second and then. Yeah, there we go. Shit, I should have done 214A there. Right. Oh, yeah, my order of things is fucking. I forgot, I do supers and then I do unlimited supers / specials afterwards. That's so weird. I need to change the order of that. You know, fuck it, I'm changing the order of that. Okay, so the last special to talk about in wolf form before we get on to Valkenhayn's supers and then his overdrive to wrap the video up is, of course, the unlimited wolf cannon chains, or, that right there. So, of course, as anyone familiar with Unlimited Valkenhayn would know, mashing A, or I think B, but I think I just restricted to A in this case, due to command overflow. Mashing A after connecting 236A or 236B, or I think even the C version? Yep, even the C version. After connecting his wolf cannon, will chain into more wolf charges, like his Unlimited. And this can now be done up to 6 times instead of 4. The 6 cancel idea from John Brown. Thank you very much. I maybe would have done something like that myself, but either way, it's a good idea. Get longer. They're a little finicky, unfortunately. I mean, I tried to make them as consistent as possible. They were very hard to promote consistently. Anyways, they have 50% more attackable time, and they can now cancel into a modified wolf grab.
My apologies.
with 100 P2 after any successful hit, which can then only be super canceled after for a meterless ender or extender. So rather than having to like let them fall out of the sky afterwards, or if you have no meter to cancel into one of his new wolf distortions, you can now just do wolf grab. And if you want, you can do wolf grab into you can do wolf grab into the distortion enders. Yeah, as I mentioned, this is very inconsistent. Do this. 11k. Beautiful. Yeah, no, this shit is wonky as all fuck, and it might have different timings depending on the character you're fighting. I try to make it as consistently as I could. I already said all this 1,000 times over. You get the idea. On to the wolf distortions. We have 2-2A, Kaiser Wolf. Valkenhayn forwards an enhanced version of his wolf cannon that drills the opponent until they hit the corner of the stage, which, at the suggestion of John Brown, will now additionally follow up with a second upward wolf cannon for additional pain. It deals slightly more damage. The overall damage of this is more than he did back in Continuous to Extend, back when the Limited Distortions did way more fucking damage than they did in Chrono Phantasma, so overall a huge buff to that. Lastly, for Unlimited Wolf Special, we have 2-2B, which is Blitzen Wolf. Valkenhayn grabs the opponent and performs a Izuna drop, slamming them headfirst into the ground, or jumping over their head alternatively. This move will always deal the increased base damage of 3125 and will not prorate. Has an Exceeding Excel effect on hit effect on landing, another suggestion from John Brown for additional visual flair, and has more technical time for advantage to set up a mix of options. It is now, lastly, also a true command grab, so you can't just block it anymore. Oh, right, there is one more wolf special to talk about before we... Okay, yeah, I got sidetracked. We went from wolf specials, and I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about distortion drives after that, but we ended up talking about all the wolf distortion. Fuck it, we'll get back to his human form specials after this. Lastly, we, of course, have the most infamous of all of his distortion drives in his unlimited form, Vormund Wolf! 2-6-2-6-D. Armored Wolf Install lasts for 22 seconds, give or take. For its duration, he gets a sparkly aura, he's locked into wolf form, and he gets full guard points. Just to fuck you over. Yay. Still as stupid as ever, and now because it doesn't require Overdrive to use, you can use it even more now. If you so please. Valkenhayn's walk speeds, additionally, for the duration of the install, and his wolf sport are now boosted even further for the duration. And wolf grab will now no longer enter normal fall state instead of reverting to human form, so you can do stuff on that. Although wolf grab will not restore wolf meter for the duration. Okay, now that we're done with level wolf form stuff, we can talk about the human form distortion. Starting with Sturm Wolf. The base damage and duration values on the initial hit have been changed back to the CPEX ones, and Valkenhayn lunges a lot farther. The follow-up hits, or the duration one of the follow-up hits, have been increased to 85 from 80. And holding the D button on block, rather than have Valkenhayn stop the attack, he will continue to do the full barrage, just like he used to back in older games. Which is not a bad plan, because I've upped the chip damage of this move as a whole, and it also now has its 30% minimum damage from CPEX back, making it a much more potent combo ender, or just general chip trap tool as well. For his other human form distortion, we have J2626C, Conic Flug. This is now an overhead and has 15% minimum damage on the entire attack, save for the final hit, which keeps its 20% that it has normally. It also now has its 85 P2 from CPEX back, up from 60, which, holy hell, they gutted the fuck out of Version 2 on this move between games. The recovery on hit is drastically reduced. Which allows for easy double super extensions, if you have the meter for it. The wolf form version of this attack has drastically reduced recovery on block and whiff, letting you basically act out it nearly, and it will auto-face the opponent before diving, so if you somehow cross them up... There, finally, fucking hell. Took way too long. And lastly, but certainly not least, we can't talk about his overdrive effects without forgetting to address the other elephant in the room besides Armored Wolf install. And that Valkenhayn, when he is hit at all, basically, if you just, hit D, he will Wolf Flip out of hit stun, just like his limited form. The infamous Wolf Tech is indeed back. And additionally, it is now usable in the air like it was back in Continuum Shift. Because this shit that they decided to disable it from being used in the air in Chrono Phantasma. But, now it's usable in the air and on the ground, so good luck trying to combo this guy. And now for the disgusting overdrive effects. And, this is a prime version of what I call Valkenhayn Jubei Light because his overdrive is about as disgusting. A lot more disgusting than I thought it would end up being, but yeah, let's wrap this up on a strong note here. First off, we'll address the Exceed Excel, though, as we usually do. The Exceed Excel is always the active flow version with fast startup.
Pardon me.
The minimum damage on this has been raised to a staggering 60%, and the base damage is slightly increased. And as a suggestion from Hedgee, fuck, as a suggestion provided by Hedgee, can now cancel into Stern Wolf, the non-overdrive version. Fucking stuttering. For a massive damage finish. Holy shit, that added another 6k on top of that. This is one of my favorite Exceed Excels in the game, and it has just a lot of oomph to it, so I couldn't resist giving it a very high raw damage. Now, as for the overdrive itself, Valkenhayn gains his CPEX Abyss ability, Howl of the Lone Wolf, which doubles the damage of his wolf form attacks! What would normally be a very innocent like 4k, 5k string now gets fucking rocket launched. Up to 10k easily. And beyond before I even use meter. Originally I was gonna make the armored install his overdrive, but upon seeing how staggeringly high the Abyss ability damage boost was, I was not about to let this motherfucker be Golden Bullet without the limitation of, like, needing to be low health for it. I was not gonna let this motherfucker have permanent guard point and double wolf damage. Hell the fuck no. Additionally, the wolf gauge in overdrive is infinite, aside from his wolf tech and the draining effect of his install. Because you bet your sweet ass I'm not letting him have infinite wolf meter and infinite install meter. I am not that cruel. But yeah, aside from wolf tech and overdrive, he has infinite wolf gauge, like his Continuum Shift Abyss mode ability. Additionally, all the counter-hit effect follow-ups of 6A, 6C, 4C, and Knock Rosen are active by default, but they do not get their boosted bonus duration. They do, however, get their boosted damage. So 6A will always automatically do its follow-up kick, which, as mentioned earlier, has 120 P2, making it a very great combo extender. 6C will always do the grab. Although it will lose the bonus damage of the initial 6C hit, apparently, because it's the... They'll just go into the 2k damage throw for some reason. 4C will always wall bounce. And Knock Rosen will always launch not quite as high as the counter hit version, because that made it very hard to follow up off of without the increased hit stop. But it will still launch higher and do more damage. Oh, as a miscellaneous change, 4C is now jump cancelable, mainly on the purpose of it being jump cancel on block. Human J2C and Wolf JB have short knockdowns. Well, you can already do, like... Wolf JB loop, but now it's even easier because it just knocks them down. Ew! Well, that's easy for like 5C relaunches. Normally, the best you'd probably get was like, I can do that normally too, it just makes it easier. Of course, Human Form JC also has that as well, has a short knockdown. So you can combo off of it now, instead of it being a combo ender. And J2C no longer sends the opponent as far on hit either. Shit. I fucked up. I was gonna do like chains into the air throw, but oh well. Wolf Grab Duration 2 values boosted to 80. Untechnical time is doubled, and Valkenhayn enters normal fall state if he shifts back to human form. The version used after the unlimited wolf chains can be special / wolf dash canceled now, like the regular version. Which can result in a bunch of weirdness, I imagine. Holy hell. Valkenhayn is almost certainly going to need nerfed eventually down the line, but that's for later stuff to worry about. Let's continue onward. 236A, 236B, and its follow-up can now cancel in 236C. Like so, although apparently it's a fucking combo. Never mind, yes it does. And some sort of like gigantic Rekka chain of sorts, which is very satisfying in my book. Yes, you can. I love that. I love that a lot. That would've been cool if I actually landed that. Knocked Jaeger charges forward even faster, which makes it hit full screen in last hit, and gains chip damage on block. A notable amount of chip damage on block as well. And now cancels into 214B on hitter block, letting you do stuff like this. Ooh, okay, that was kind of impromptu improvised, but I mean, I like that a lot. 236B gains projectile invincibility, and the follow-up, guard crushes on normal block with a longer wall stick. Let's see, knocked Rosen, launches a bit lower than the counter hit height for more practicality. Yeah, I already mentioned that. It makes it, without the lack of the counter hit stop, makes it harder to progress otherwise if it launches as high as it normally did. Prayer Hawk, or 214B, the second it launches higher and closer to Valkenhayn. Now letting you combo off it just like Slayer's crosswise heal, and meaning he can just combo off his meaningless DP now, because why the fuck not? Actually. Damn, fucked it up. Oh well. Wolf Cannons are now all attack level 5, can fatal counter, and can be jump cancelled on connect, for a variety of interesting scenarios, I imagine. Can chain into other Wolf Cannons much sooner as well. Like, yeah, you can do those a lot faster now. The Unlimited Wolf Chains has Valkenhayn enter normal fall state a short while after recovery, which lets him do Wolf Cannons off of it easier. Or, yeah, stuff like that. Oh, damn it, I meant to do a down one. And yeah, it can chain back into normal Wolf Cannons in general, or drive dashes if you want to, like, that, or, you know, just... There's a lot of freedom with this now that I do not have the execution to fully explore. But it is quite crazy, as you can see. And now to fully round things off, we have the Overdrive distortions. These are always my favorite part. Partially because they tend to be really cool, and partially because at the end of these really long-ass, hour-long videos where my voice starts to hurt after being done with them, which we're getting to that point right now. Alright, kicking these off with Overdrive Sturm Wolf. Valkenhayn now lunges full screen because it's fucking hilarious. Does a much longer initial barrage that ends with a triple astral kick Into the final kick, which now deals triple base damage and wall bounces or wall bounces back to Valkenhayn or wall sticks in the corner. And then you can go into normal Stern Wolf afterwards, funny enough. Ooh, just shy of 19k too. J2626C's human version has better paration, 20% minimum damage from 15 across the entire move, and ends with a non-active low Exceeding Cell Slam after the final diving slash. 2 Tentacle Wolf forms double damage. The Exceeding Cell Slam at the end maintains the 60% minimum damage of the normal Exceeding Cell and can actually cancel into Exceeding Cell with proper enough timing. And it will lunge twice as far as a result to try and help it connect, which I've just found is very finicky. But fortunately, in the case that's not good enough for you, you can luckily just do a micro dash to Exceeding Cell. And the Wolf version of this move just has the double damage multiplier from his Abyss ability. The Wolf form's got limited animation, so I was genuinely not sure what the fuck else I'd add into it. But regardless, it does a lot. You can still use it as a combo setting super. Speaking of Wolf supers, now we get to go into Overdrive 2-2A, which when used from corner to corner here is absolutely disgusting. After the Rising Wolf Cannon, Valkenhayn will do a final initial strike of his J2626C in Wolf form to send the opponents back down to the ground in a ground bounce. And after that hit, you can cancel into 2-2B after this hit for a devastating, probably way too highly damaged finisher. Which, I cut that off so I can show off 2-2B in its own entirety, of course. Overdrive 2-2B! This one I'll jump lower to hit crouching targets better. Like so. And Valkenhayn will do 3 drops into a final massive one after we're dealing a final vicious bite to the opponent after slamming down around the for the 3rd time. This attack does indeed do like an unscaled 8k and will leave Valkenhayn in human form afterwards. Yeah. It turns Valkenhayn back into human form. You can't follow up off of this. It does 8,500 unscaled. You don't need to. But goddamn, does it look cool. And lastly, we have Overdrive 2626D. This no longer empties Valkenhayn's Wolf Gauge. He gets grabbed or unblockable out of it. He gets a full Wolf Gauge back. Normally, if you grab him out of it or he gets knocked out of it, it empties it. But I mean, it regenerates so fast, normally it doesn't really matter, I guess. But, yeah. Not that it matters since it regenerates hella fast anyways. That's literally it, though. This move, I think you'll all agree, is similarly to Celica's Armure Sorbet. It's so stupid that combined with the rest of his kit, you can't bump any further than this. That's just it. And, that's just it indeed, actually, because that covers the entirety of Super Boss Valkenhayn. I think this is the most scuffed and awkward showcase we have had in a long time, and my throat hurts. Valkenhayn was a blast to work on, though, don't get me wrong. I loved making Valkenhayn here. It's just, I did want him out, like, a month ago, and I'm now doing this a month later. And these showcase videos of talking for an hour straight do take their toll, certainly, especially when the game bugs out with the audio like this and stutters constantly. I'm done. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. You can download Valkenhayn from the download link below. I hope you enjoy him. Hope he was worth the wait. Hope to get you in all future uploads. And I'll see you later.